Well, here we are. Final map indeed. Inferno. The score is 1-1. Sprout GG versus Mad Lions. The winner here takes all. They will secure themselves that second spot in playoffs. And the loser, well, drops down to a relegation tournament. Not the best position to be in.
Well, the action's going to be coming off. It's going to be a trade on either side, but it's going to be Lamps with the nice flags for himself. Unfortunately, going to fall to the wayside. Sandbags is going to be his graveyard and rouse through the smoke. Is going to get headshot, has to go for the tap, but it's not going to happen for his advantage at all. So, should be the bomb going down and at least extra cash in the bank. Never mind. It's going to be Slacks taking down JL. I called that a little bit too early. And obviously, if the bomb does go down, I don't think Sprout would care too much because they get extra money in the bank as well. Obviously, they don't want to give Mad Lions the advantage of being able to get guns into that second round. So, denying it, probably going to be top priority here. Spiddy takes down Buzz. Quick and easy.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. At least, there's yeah, I don't know. I mean, this was just a rough round for Mad Lions. They tried to take an aggressive approach up Banana. I was trying to find some, like, shining moments in that round, but it was just a typical pistol. You go in really hard and fast, try and clear up the few CTs that you run into. Unfortunately, they ran into most of the team. The bump down means that they don't have a lot into this round. Couple of deagles. See if they can make them sing.
Well, MP9 going to be coming out. Does a lot of damage. But no actual kill yet. So here. Waiting for them to peek around the corner. Buzz in towards the arms. Nice little bit of wall bang. Nothing too much to write home about. There's teams SDY as well, but Lanx is going to be able to find a kill into JL. Smoke. Just position denial. May well be able to have it here. It's going to be a bit of a slow round. Not very good hit on the side of Mad Lions. They're just going to get slaughtered. Kind of expected. They didn't get the bomb down. So they're not really going to be able to achieve too much here. So, I mean, Tech 9 in the hands of SDY could still get a kill here or there. But if he doesn't manage to achieve anything, this is going to be putting Sprout in a really good position. Laux being a little bit too noisy, gives away his spot. And now that could be a double kill. That is huge. The money in the bag here for SDY. He's got $900 just from this round alone. 300 from that pistol, 600 from the SMG here. Really good situation for him to be in for his team. Obviously, the rest of his team have got pretty much no money in the bank. They went all in on this round. 20 seconds left on the clock. You pretty much want to die in this scenario. You don't really want to stay alive. That MP9 is not really worthwhile. Trying to get an extra kill with it would make worth, but it doesn't. He goes down.
Yeah, you wanted him to die, he died. So there you go. Yeah, that little bit of extra cash will definitely help in this round. But when you consider where their economy is now, they spent quite a bit into that last, as you mentioned. And that means that coming into this one, they have very little once again. It was a high-risk, high-reward play, but unfortunately, they did not reap the rewards. And now Sprout, after losing a few players, well, they're just buying up into M4s. Not much of a bonus, but it's okay. They've got all the firepower in the world.
Well, they're going to be pushing up, and Lannox is going to be heavily tagged. They're going to be going in for the frags. He has to stay alive. If he goes down, that is not going to be looking tidy for them at all. Smoke is going to deny them. He's going to be able to use this corner of the smoke to try and find any kind of kills. Yeah, there you go. Bomb is going to get dropped. This should be a nice, easy round for this side of Sprout. 3 rounds. They're going to be able to get that bonus. One would be fantastic. 1 kill on their side. Any kind of economical sort of damage they can do is really bonus. Real holding up from behind. He gets taken down. You know what? It's not over yet. He has that M4. The bomb is back in the control of Mad Lions. They could at least try to achieve something here. And it's definitely going to be a possibility. Buzz hunting in for this player. We can't find anything at the moment. Smoke, Molotov. Oh, he's going to bait them on over. Trying to convince them that he's doing something over here instead. But no. It's not fully baited yet. They're still waiting for something to happen. Spiddy gets the kill. Slacks. Takes out the final player.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. A valiant attempt, all things considered. I like the idea behind it. But Sprout played that very well. I mean, they're almost expecting that that's going to be the play, especially once that Molotov comes out and they're like, hang on a second. What are the chances that this is actually an A hit? So they play that quite patiently. They read into it really well, and they're able to secure themselves the 3rd round. Now, this is going to be an important one for Mad Lions. They're able to buy in the first time on this map. They've been looking a little shaky so far, as good as they looked on the last map, on the last 2 maps. We're starting to see a repeat of yesterday. We said, you know, if they could start on the CT side, maybe they could give themselves that buffer. But they wound up on the T side, and this could be worrying.
Yeah, I mean, knife rounds could really be the be all and end all if you're not careful. Seems to be the case. Warro is going to be again. He's getting found. That's not what you want. Slacks. Solid position. Being able to find that kill is really going to be pushing his team forward. GM Bro and his teammate JL going to get tagged down. Flash perfectly timed. Slacks waits, shoots, misses. No one's over peeking on the side of Mad Lions here. Now we have 4 players from the side of Mad Lions. Pushing out Slacks. Still in that position. Spot them out. He misses his shot though. And now it's going to leave an opening here for the opposition. Spiddy and his teammate. Rouse are going to be key here to try and hold on towards this site. But there's going to be a barrage of players coming in. They might end up in a retake scenario. So they're going to be wanting to take out as many players as possible. Smoke over towards Library. Denying that real push from the opposition's. The shots are missed. His position is not ruled out. They're going to be falling out as a waterfall. They take the site, and this should be the first round on their side.
I'm waiting to see what Sprout respond to this, because it seems like they're gonna push for it, and in a 2 versus 3, it's doable. It's gonna be really tough though. Mad Lions have all of these angles pretty much shut down. It's gonna take perfect swings to make it happen. Nah, okay, just going for the op. Fair enough. I think that's the right choice to make as well. You don't want to risk it, especially not when your economy is looking the way it is. Mad Lions will take their first point on the board here. Would have been nice to have maybe gotten an exit frag, but unfortunately not to be. And this was another really good round from Mad Lions. Well, the first on this map, but in terms of the overall series, this has been another really, really good round. I like that they play it a little bit more slowly. You know, one of the things I'd mentioned was their T-side aggression and how powerful that can be. But it's nice to see that they can slow things down a little bit, use that util to get space. You know, we talk about how good their map control is on the CT side, but to see that they're able to use that util to create pressure and then take control of the T side. Very similar to what we saw them do on Mirage. I'm glad to see that they're able to do it again here on Inferno because, as we've said a few times, they didn't do terribly well yesterday on this map. So it's nice to see the resurgence.
Slacks peeking down the mid. He's going to be able to get that flick exactly what he needed to before having to back up. Don't be over aggressive. Well, Rouse, he may well be able to get some kills with this Deagle. He's going to need to. Buzz, his teammates. They're going to be down on JL, but you know what? They can still do this. We're currently on track to be in 007 here. He still has time to do here. Well, 3-1. It's not looking too bad for Mad Lions. They've still got time to be able to bring this back. If they can win this round, 3-2. 1 round away then from being able to hit an equalizer. It's not over yet. Still a lot of utility here on the side of Sprout. GG. If you look at it, 2 incendiary grenades, a smoke. It's all about that time denial. But they're about to run out, and you know what? The pressure's going to be on. So here, just in time, we're going to be chucking down that incendiary grenade. He also has a smoke. He chucks that 35 seconds part. That means it's going to be down to the split moment here for them to push. Relocating himself over towards Coffins. Another incendiary grenade is going to be going down. This is why you stack your utility up over towards that B site. Just denial, time denial, 20 seconds left on the counter, and now they're going to be pushing in. There, the call has been made, the rotation has to come in, but they may well be a bit too late. Lambs has to go huge. He finds one, looking in for the second, but he can't buzz. He's going to be able to get 2 himself. SDY trying to stop that bomb line, and almost, well, not him actually, he was one of the others, but he's trying to stop them from killing him. They managed to stop them from getting that smoke. Spitty. Wide retake scenarios coming in. Warrior's going to be able to pick up his first kill, denying us of that 007. Now it's going to be Rouse with that Deagle. Called him out. He now has to hit his shots. He's got 7 bullets left in the chamber here. Doesn't get a chance to shoot anymore as he goes down, and that's the second round on the board.
That round was very touch and go. Again, that slower pacing, baiting out a lot of the CT utility. Basically all of it by the time they actually go in for the execute. And keeping Sprout on their toes. You know, the information starving to the point where Sprout don't actually realize that the entirety of the team is all the way up banana. So no rotation comes through until it's too late. And Sprout, again, keep it very, very close, but it's not enough. So it's another really good round for Mad Lions, and Sprout back down onto a pistol. Ooh.
Alright. The AK, well, you know, is it's now an AK in the hands of one of the oppositions. If you're slacks, just keep hold of this AK. 2.6k plus the AK and everything else. That's everything you want going into the round following this. So it's going to be an equalizer, I imagine. I don't think there's going to be any kind of retake scenario. They've got a Zeus in the hands of Rouse and a USP along with the smoke. I don't think that calls for any kind of push or retake for them at all. So here and Rouse are just acting as bodyguards. Rouse with the taser. Keep down those rowdy
rabble rousers. Yeah.
Rabble rousers.
It's a good word. It's a good word. People should use it more. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it might look strange to see two players with USPs, but as you say, bodyguard duty, making sure that they can hold on to that AK, have something to take into this next round. There you go. Mad Lions starting to wake up a little bit. It's taken a little bit, but this is very similar to what we saw in Ancient, in fact. Sprout GG win the first 3 rounds, and of course, we know the snowball potential of having won the pistol. And it takes Mad Lions a couple of rounds, and eventually they start to build some of that momentum. Now, we saw that on Ancient, it did wind up ending in Sprout winning the whole damn thing. So Mad Lions can't really afford to get too comfortable just yet. Sprout GG, economy a little on the low side, in a bit of a tough scenario. Of course, they will have a little bit of that bonus to work for them coming into the next few rounds, and that'll certainly help.
Wow, okay. Warrior goes down. Not the start of the round he was really looking for. Solid start for Sprout, though. They need every advantage that they can. Aggressive play from Mad Lions. Looking to try and take as much ground as they can in towards this mid position, which they have successfully done. Now they just have to try and stay alive. Slacks is going to get tagged down to 31 HP. It always has to be a careful balance. Rouse is going to be peeking up. Snaps onto the head. Looks in for the second one, but he's going to be out of play. Save is going to be Spitty from the balcony. Finds one, and now his position is known. But TM Bro doesn't long for this world. Now JL over towards long position, looking to try and find any stragglers. See if he can pull this miracle out of the bag, but he knows he's in a 1v4. That is going to be very hard for him to be able to do much, even with the run-in shots. You saw the crouch position, and as soon as the player velocity goes down below sort of like 80 mark, the sprays are just easy to do whilst you're crouched.
I like this approach from Sprout as well. So they take a slightly more aggressive approach towards mid, get that first early pick off. And statistically speaking, if you get the first kill of the round, you're more likely to win the whole damn thing. And of course, the space that they garner from getting that first kill definitely can't be overstated. So great job pivoting off of that and ensuring that they're able to win out that round, forcing Mad Lions back down into a tough spot here. Yeah, these rounds so close. None of these rounds have been decisive. And because of that, it keeps these teams pretty poor. Okay, Longs is chilling with like $4,500. Cool. But the rest of his team, not quite as flush. Whereas Mad Lions, on the other hand, they got 2 AKs and the rest is just upgraded pistols. Yes, okay, they did lose that previous round, so they lost their lost streak bonus, and it all adds up in the end. But this is great for Sprout, because if they win this round, then they start creating that snowball that we talk about. And that could put them in a really good position to keep building up that buffer scoreline.
That's exactly what they need to do. That's what ex-Mad Lions needed to do in the previous game, but they failed to do to a realistic goal. Sprout going to be in a healthy position right now. Lunch is going to be in a difficult spot. The Tech-9 is going to be rushing out against him. He's going to be able to do some initial damage. Backs off. He wants nothing to do with that. Sandbag's position. Is it's going to get mollied out. Now, we've seen Aurora and his teammates push on over towards A long. There's 20 seconds left on the clock here, Sam. They're going to have to make something happen. Make it happen right away. Langus is going to take down Tiembro after he managed to find himself kills. Spitty with the smoke and also the flash is going to be coming through. Slacks is on site. He's going to be answering the prayers of his teammates. He's going to be able to find 1, 2, and 3. Never mind, it was 2. There's round slot 1.
Yeah, running down the clock like that. I don't know. I mean, there wasn't terribly much that could be achieved out of that round. It would have been nice if had they been able to, but given what they had to work with, it was always going to be a bit of an uphill battle. And then when you know that you've got so little time left, you're kind of forced into a position where you have to scramble out onto site. And of course, at that point, Sprout GG just kind of mow you down. So now Mad Lions all the way back down onto pistols. Not a cent spent into this one. They're really struggling here. And need I remind you, yesterday, 16-3. I'm just saying.
I'm having flashbacks.
Serious.
Yeah, it's really not looking good for them if they can't pull this one out of the bag, especially on Inferno. The map they let slip yesterday. They slipped it into this match as well in the decider. The most important position for them to be able to try and win, and they're going to be able to get some damage in. They're going to be able to get a kill as well, but the trades are going to be coming out hard and fast. The denial of that weapon has to be out. The boost up above that wall is going to be coming in, but it's just a waste of time. Slacks could be heard running around. So might have called in for a rotation, but isn't going to be the case. Counter smoke has to come through. Flash as well, but it's not going to be out there in time. And Langus is going to be able to take down JL. He drops, so does the bomb. They pick it up, and now they're going to be double peeking him at the same time. They die, but Flash is here to answer. He finds one, but the second one he can't. This Tiembro takes him down, and now this key player in a 1v2. Bit of a distractive flash down over towards Banana. Now he expects that there's going to be a player sneaking up there, but there isn't actually. They're both going to be coming in from the same direction from CT. It is planted in a difficult spot for him to be able to defend against. So as soon as they get on site, they could easily win. This smoke is going to go out. They've baited him perfectly. There's a slight gap. So he does see the footsteps, but he's going to have to stay here and try to push through if he wants to live. And he's going to get fouled. It's just the spray through the smoke. Spitty, you're doing him dirty, mate.
So close, yeah. And I think what makes this so devastating for Sprout is even though they're winning the rounds, yeah, okay, they're still okay. They're still okay. As much as they're being kept close, they just keep winning rounds over and over and over again, just consecutively. Now they've got the double AWP out, which we were pretty excited for. So I'm very happy to see that that is in fact coming out. Mad Lions finally going to be able to buy in. And it really does it. What's so sad is that this looks like a repeat of yesterday, where Mad Lions seem to flounder on this map. They really look a little lost. And whoever it is they're playing against, be it Heat, be it Sprout, just able to shut them down so completely.
Spitty. Getting that kill. So crucial. As soon as you have man advantage on the CT side, it just gives you such an edge. Because pretty much all the time, if you're the T's, you're going to be able to take on a site in an advantage. But as soon as you lose one player, it really turns the tables on that front, and you have to dedicate a lot more firepower. You can't have as much control across the map. Now, I do like the way Sprout actually playing reserved here. They're not really holding on to that sort of mid and long position as much as they could do. They're allowing some freedom, and it's paying off in dividends. Flick comes through, Slacks. Absolute god now, Spitty. Looking in to see if they can do anything, but Slacks is going to be back at it again. He wants the fourth. He's going to get it. What an absolute god. He's going to be able to pick kill after kill. I am so impressed. Sitting on 18 kills. The king is here. And he wants those kills.
Oh, man. And, like, so a lot of that can be chalked up to just dry peeking, but most of it is chalked up to Slacks just being incredibly good. He peeks out, gets the first kill, spots the two other players. He's able to get away, which is ridiculous. Re-peeks, perfectly predicts where one of those two players is going to be, manages to get the follow-up, and then just, at that point, it's just style points. The fact that he's able to get two more is ridiculous. Mad Lions back down onto pistols, one hero AK. They've done this before. It doesn't really work out. And I think it's also worth noting that Warrior2K, the player that we had said needs to show up and has been on the last two maps, once again, caught sleeping at the wheel.
Oh. It's a little bit scary. I said earlier, flashbacks. And I just have to respect the way Sprout are playing this. They're changing it up again right into this round where they're holding a little bit more of a deeper control here with Slacks with his AWP. He spots out a shoulder, takes it through, and now he has to back off. And luckily for him, he's got a teammate to help him. Sitting in the corner, going towards the site, as he's now just going to back off. They're going to be looking to take him down. He goes over the no-scope, gets it, collapse onto another, but it's only going to be a foot hit for TM Bro. And now, sure, they have that AWP, but you know what? They haven't got anything else. They've got that presence in towards CT, but just look at the way that Sprout are playing. They're just like, we don't care. We know exactly where you are. We know what weapons you have. And we're holding this in such a way that it's not going to be easy. Spitty takes down the AWP holder. That's going to be Brawl 2K going down. Incendiary Grenade's going to be doing a lot of damage, but it's going to be the M4 slaying the opponent. And now Rouse on the side. He looks away just in time, turns around, and Team Bro was looking in the opposite direction.
Heartbreaking. I've said that word so many times, but I mean, this is great for Sprout. When you consider map 1, which was pretty close, but it started out looking incredibly dominant for Mad Lions. It felt like Sprout were barely in the server on that map. And then you move over onto Ancient, and it's super, super close, down to the wire, but they're able to bring it home. And now on this map, they're just absolutely dominating. Mad Lions don't have an answer. I mean, this is what I said on Mirage, Sprout don't have the answers to the questions. Now the tables have completely turned. JL, okay?
All right, being able to pick up 2 kills is going to mean everything. That's going to be 2 key players down, B holders, and there's going to have to be a rotation coming out. And you know what? Do as much damage as you can, but, I wouldn't be too worried about this. Grenade! Oh, damn, bro. Perfectly done. Lands that blow. And yeah, I mean, at this point, you keep this AWP on Slacks. He's good for it. Spiddy with the M4 should probably be backing him up here. But he isn't. He's going to have to go hold that long position to try and make sure his teammate's not going to go down. Chucks down a bit of a distracting smoke towards the pit, but he's not going to be worrying about that. I love how mostly players actually have souvenir weapons as some of their skins. I've seen probably like an M4, MP9. I think even an AWP was one as well.
Good round from Mad Lions. I think that it's a little unfortunate. Well, it sets a bad precedent that it comes off the back of JL opening up the round with 2 kills. I feel like that's not the way you want to be winning rounds. Okay, it's great. It's fantastic. You've got a player that can do that. But you don't want to be relying on that so consistently. And now with them being pretty down and out, all things considered, we've got like 3 rounds left in this half, if my maths is correct. Don't trust caster maths, but Mad Lions can probably pull it back, but is it going to be enough? And can they even bring it back?
Well, it's already around half lost for them, so they have to be a little bit careful. So here, not getting that boost is going to be a little bit painful. They're going to be able to pick up that smoke, but he has to drop it in time. Lux is going to go huge. Picks up 2. A little bit of vengeance. JL's going to fall. So is Buzz. 2 of the key players here. He's got the flash out. He needs to pull out his gun just in time. Flips on, gets his 3rd kill. Looks in for his 4th. Hits the head, but not the kill. It's going to be Sahir who finishes him off. Now it's going to be Warrior 2K. Do a lot more than 2 kills. As pertains to his name. He's only got 1 kill this whole game. He's been asleep at the wheel, like you said. Some of these teams the players have, and it's at what point you realize like something's just not working. But you know what? He's not on the CT side. I have to see what he's going to be able to do. He knows there's a player right to his right hand side. He gets the kill. You know what? You can go plant, mate.
He doesn't know that.
No, he doesn't. Unfortunately for him, have X-ray.
Oh, caster vision.
Caster vision. Caster curse. This is smart. Going back over towards A could be nice, but I'm waiting to see if Sprout are going to be able to catch a read on this. The bomb hasn't gone down yet, and as soon as you know the bomb hasn't gone down that fast, it's like, oh well, something Trixie is going down, and a apartment hit hold from Slacks That's huge, but he's a little bit too slow. He took a little bit too long on this run. It's going to be a Molotov going down. Oh, no, he's planted in the perfect position for this AWP to come out, get the kill. The bomb was planted, but that's what he's given. Oh, the shots on the body. Oh, that's toxic.
That's just BM, man.
I love it.
Oh, that was so smart from Sprouts. If Waro had been a little quicker on the draw, maybe he makes it in time. But the problem is you have to be careful. We mentioned it, Cast Division, they don't have it. They don't know for 100% sure where the rest of the players are. So he takes a gamble. Oh, and it's just so sad because it could have worked. But again, well played to Sprout for being able to pick up on that. You're kind of standing there and you're like, we could push this as 2 and try and retake as 2, which probably would have worked just as well. Or you split the difference. And that can actually end terribly. Because if Waro gets the kill, then it's down to a 1v1 and Waro has the advantage. Plus, he's probably picks up an AWP because of who you sent. So it was a little risky, but it works out really well for them. 9-4. Oh, 2 rounds to go. And the chance of victory is just slowly slipping away. Sprout can see the finish line.
Look at this run boost. Slacks are going to be jumping across. He saw them. That information is key. He knows, yeah, I'm not going to peek that. That's just stupid. A lot of utility going to be used. Down banana. They're trying to gain this control. This is exactly what Mad Lions need to do. Unfortunately, they're going to get shut down on this part. This counter molly, unfortunately, does nothing because there is a smoke that is dropped down onto it. TM Bro waiting for flashes from his teammates, which is coming out just in time. So here stays alive, but for how long? Flashing towards. Oh, Lunks works it perfectly. He is going to have to back off, so no quick peeks from him right now. We do see a key player back over towards A. It's going to be Buzz, who's going to be peeking up in towards AWP. He catches him off guard. Slacks, adjusts. Unfortunately, not well enough. He's going to fall down, and a rotation over towards A has to come through. It's going to be Spitty versus the world right now. His teammates are not going to be close enough for this fight. He has to do what he can. Considering grenade is going to be dropped, and they don't have enough smokes to try and shut this down. They used one to cover up Pit, and now they have to go for another rotation back over towards B. It's back and forth. They don't know what they're doing. They're just all over the place. But hey, B's going to be completely free. Somehow the footsteps are not heard. It should have been called by Larynx. You can hear the steps from his position where he was. So instead, they're now going to be playing chase after them, with Stowhair going back on over towards CT position. This is retakeable, but they have no utility aside from a single grenade, and that might well be able to take out JL. That's going to be a difficult one. They don't get the... Oh, they do get the bomb down, and AWP almost for the clap. He's going to be able to pick up down one. Waro 2K. He's going to have to almost double his kills, and he can't quite land them. He gets one, but that's all she wrote.
I mean, Chaos... It starts out really cool, and Mad Lions start to give themselves a potential advantage. The fact that they're able to back out and hightail it all the way over towards the B site, and they get that bomb down, but the problem is, again, it's timing. Sprout react. So sure, it takes them a second to figure it out, but their reaction is just quick enough that once they get to the B site, everyone's still in completely plain open view. So you can just mow them down. And unfortunately, Waro 2K, the star that he's been on previous maps, he's just not that player today. Was not able to clutch it out. Oh, wow, that's just... Okay.
Oh, well. Player down is going to be really painful. 10 rounds. Oh, TM Bro, what are you doing? Shoot faster. He gets the kill, but... that was too close. Luckily, the reaction time of Larynx was a little bit too slow on that front. Slacks. He's got an AWP. You're going to have to rotate on over. Grenade is going to go out over towards short. Look at the damage he's going to do. Decent amount. Spitty flicks on. He's going to be able to pick 2, not 3. Now, Slacks, he's in the same position as he was when he picked up that 4K. He picks up 1, looking in for the second one. No scope could be coming in through, but it's going to be a quick scope instead. Doesn't hit it, turns around. Gets the no scope for the final kill of the round at the half. GG, well played so fast. I'm going to go prepare my mega point, but we're going to go into a quick break. We'll see you then.
Well, Mad Lions have managed to not repeat history, but just by a whole 1 point. 11-4 at the half in favor of Sprout GG. It's going to take a lot here for Mad Lions to come back, but if any team can do it, I think it'll be them. Sprout, on the other hand, only have to win a handful of rounds to secure themselves that spot in playoffs. And after the last couple of maps and everything they've gone through to get to this point, I don't see them relinquishing that.
No. Well, you know what? At least X-Man Lions managed to pick up an extra round compared to yesterday. It's a silver lining in this, that their map pick that they picked yesterday and let float into this one, they managed to pick up an extra round. Let's see if they can do better. They definitely have the opportunity and skills to, but, well, it's going to be a fast push over towards the B site. So here is going to be going in for the tanks, but it's not really going to be able to find too much. Finally, JL is going to go down, and it's a fairly clean sweep. Buzz. He's only got 7 bullets left in the mag. You have to be careful with, obviously, these guns, the USPs especially. You've only got 12 versus the 20 in the Glocks. And Spitty is like, oh, yeah, I forgot about this guy over here. Let me go take out the trash. And Team Bro is going to go down. Buzz, meanwhile, and his teammates going to be struggling. They're going to be able to find the first kill. Flax are going to go down. So Spitty is suddenly looking to be going the other direction. But no, they can't do it. The defuse isn't going to come through because no one's left to do it. And that's going to be the 12th round on the board here for Sprouts.
Oh, this is a little scary because whichever team wins the pistol generally is going to win the next 2 rounds at the very least. That's going to put Sprout 1 point away from match points. Do Mad Lions? Yeah, they force into this. They're spending everything that they have, and I mean, they kind of have to, right? Because they need to start building up some points on the board. The problem is the trade-off of what's going to happen to their economy if they lose this round.
Oh, headshot's going to be coming through, you said. Boy, they had to put everything into this, and they're doing exactly that. Great start for them. Probably being a disadvantage team, bro. Unfortunately, that flash was just chef's kiss. Fantastic. Buzz is going to be pushing through. He's going to get slaughtered by the Mac-10, but that Mac-10 has to now reload. Gave an opportunity. The bomb is not down, not crossed yet. Potential opportunity here for Mad Lions to do something, but the rotations are going to be coming out, but they don't quite realize it in time. And now look at this positioning. Spitty is cleaning out the site, trying to make sure his teammates can make a clean sweep back on over towards the A site. They don't know that everyone's actually back on over towards B. So here is just going to be waiting for anything to come in towards his crosshairs. If he can take us down a single player, that just gives him even more optimal chances to be able to win this. And there we go. Another player down. There is a scout. They're going to have to chase him if they want anything on this front. This should be the 13th round on the board here for Sprout GG.
Well, that's really unfortunate. I mean, Mad Lions had a really good start to the round. You know, get those nice 2 kills very early on, give themselves a player advantage. But we knew that aside from the scout, their weaponry wasn't... It wasn't up to par with what Sprout had available to them. Now comes in the issue that we spoke of, the trade-off, what's going to happen to the economy. They're holding on to the 2 guns that they do have available because they know there's very little that they have to spend into this next round. And as I mentioned, Sprout, they've already won the first 2 rounds of the half. If they win this next one, they're so close to match point. The good news, I suppose, is how many players Mad Lions were able to take down in the previous round. It doesn't take all of the guns away, but it keeps it from being a perfect buy. I don't think that's going to be enough, though.
So, I mean, just look at the buy from Sprout. They've just got everything they need. All they have to do is chip away. But Warwick could turn this around. I think he's going to be the key player to do something here. Hits the little toes of Lamps, and that now opens up the possibility, if they try to push over towards B, that they can take him out. 39 HP. That opens up to a single headshot from either one of these weapons, or well, at least the 5.7. But Mad Lions, still a minute left on the clock. Their util is down to a singular grenade and singular smoke. Double nades over towards Cement. You can tell that this team, Sprout, they know what they're doing. They're looking to clean out these angles, make sure there's no close proximity. CT is to be the landmine that really starts their downfall. Execution now coming out. There's going to be player up close to personal. It's going to be SDY. He's going to be able to pick up the first kill. Looking going for the second one. It's going to be working. He runs out of bullets, runs out of chances. They're going to get slaughtered, and now the bomb has to get planted. It's not going to be in the ideal situation, but Slacks is going to be there to try and help. Be down to 12 HP now. Less than ideal. You have to try and stay alive. They're going to be coming in from one direction. Smoke is going to be going down from rounds. That's ideal. Molly over towards coffins, but it's going to get, unfortunately, completely put out. Now, if you're Mad Lions, you're realizing you have no defuse kit. You've got no rifles. You've got a couple of pistols and a scout to try and go on this retake, and the timer's almost ticking down. The best they can hope for now is to try and make sure there's no money left in the bag for the other side. JL is going to be able to get a kill, but that's going to be all she wrote. He doesn't even get a second one there. CTs are wiped. At least they take down Rouse in this as well. No! The
timing on that.
So close.
Oh, the YOLO run out with the pistol just to try and get one more kill. But unfortunately, the run and gun is not terribly accurate. So, valiant attempt not to be. Sprout 1 round away from match point. And honestly, I'm not sure how Mad Lions come back into this. They've got an AWP online. It's on Warrow, who has been lackluster for the entirety of this map. He just has not been on point the way we know that he should and could be. And Sprout have just been so in control throughout this entire map. Some aggression from Mad Lions. This could work out.
I'm interested. Taking over banana control is huge, but you know what? Look at the util on the side of Sprout. You can tell that they're allowing this part and partial to happen. Let them use up their util. Fish it out. There's an extra body down. Every single one of these things are used. They're chucking out a couple of flashes, but that's about it. They still have a full, like, they can do a couple of different executes here. A couple of different baits. They've got 3 smokes, 3 mollies. Now, this is where they start to use it. They've made no push down in towards Banana. They've done a little bit of damage to Team Bro. He's going to have to back off. He's the only CT here. And now, Spitty. A little bit of a distraction. It doesn't get... Oh, JL stops. You can see that sort of moment of like, hang on a minute. Something's going on here. Still going to be a boosted player over towards B. Mad Lions in a good position still to be able to try and take this. Sprouts. Execution should be coming out any moment. They're just waiting for that smoke to dissipate. As soon as it does, there we go. Smoke is going to go out. Warrior 2K is going to be in a good position. It's not going to cut him off. They have to have the flash out. He takes the first shot, gets the kill. And now they can just concentrate on holding on to this site. Buzz is going to be up towards balcony. 10 seconds left. All he has to do is take out a couple of players. He can't even quite do that. The bomb is looking to go down in towards the default position. And now it's a 2 versus 2 situation. They know where one of the players is, but they can't do it. Now Slacks, he has to pull this out the bag. First kill's in. Bro, last player left alive. All it takes is a single leg shot. He's going to be the man of the hour. 7 kills, 16 deaths. M4 going to be chiming in here. Spotted out this player. He can't quite do it. Slacks. 26-7. The man of the hour. We saw him pick up that 4K in the first half. The man's a beauty.
I feel like Timber probably knew there was no chance because he was making so much noise. He like stops and like crouches for a second or like slow shift walks, picks up a gun and then just yeets. It just gives away his position entirely. And yeah, I mean, I don't think he had any illusions of coming out on top of that one. Now here is where keeping it expensive really might just make a difference for them, because when you compare the 2 buys here, Sprout looking pretty good. Mad Lions, unfortunately, on match point, not in a good situation.
Sprout with the first kill. JL's going to go down for a drop. He's going to be keeping on pushing. He was looking for the M4. Eventually going to be able to upgrade. Yeah, you're going to be coming out. This could be the final round. And it really would be fairly savage if Mad Lions only managed to pick up that extra round. I know I joked about it earlier, but it's not really something I wanted to see. I want to see them shine. Good CS is the best CS to watch and cast. Unfortunately, the only good CS we've seen so far in this game really has been from Sprout's side. They've been playing out of their mind. And you know what? They have been having to play up against Mad Lions, who have been putting the pressure on them at times, but not quite enough. You look at Waro, he woke up in that first game, Sam. He was waking it. And I thought he was going to bring the spice, but apparently not.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed, all things considered. I thought given the first 2 maps, we might see something a little bit close on Inferno, but what I'm really seeing now is maybe this is a map that Sprout or that Lions should start banning in the future.
May well be the case. TMBro is going to be in the middle of this mountain almost with the MP9. He could be the key to them bringing it back to overtime. They have to win and kill every single one of these players, and they're going to be able to do it. One person left is going to be Lanx. You know what? He has the ability, but he's not got the time. 8 seconds left. All they had to do is play at the time, and he's going to have to back off. 5th round on the board. Love it.
I'm sure better late than never, I suppose. Solid round. Solid is... that's a generous way of putting it. I think that was just a very messy round from Sprout. They kind of just rush in onto the site. They don't really take adequate control, despite the fact that Mad Lions have inferior weaponry. They hold those tight angles because, of course, the pressure's on for Mad Lions at that point. They know they have to win that round. They can't afford to make a slip-up. So now at least they come into this with a slightly better buy. And I'm liking this aggression once again. That map control that I've lauded them for in the past. I'm trying to see that a little bit more here, but no.
Oh, he zoomed out at the worst possible time. Slacks may not even be alive for endless game. But shot towards his own teammate there. You can tell they're on edge right now. They managed to get that trade off, but and you know what? I would take that trade any day of the week right now to get Slacks out of the game for Waro, who really hasn't been delivering for his team. I would 100%. I know that might sound a bit toxic, but it's a fantastic trade. Lanx is going to be pushing up. His barrel's going to get spotted, and TMBro, he's holding on to it, and he's going to be able to find 2-1. Flicksword gets the kill. The trade's coming out left, right, and center. Now the bomb can make its way on over. Oh no, TM. I appreciate that so much, but unfortunately, not going to be working in your favor. I'm not really sure how else that could have gone. That was really well played, but not going to be good enough. Now, 2v2 is them, and I think this is definitely possible, but they're going to have to play at a bit of a disadvantage with the hands tied behind their backs. They're not sure exactly where these players are. Then, grenade goes down. Flashes as well. They're going to have to put this smoke down to cover this up, and they have to play aggressive. Time is ticking. They have 2 defuse kits. They know where one of them is in towards that emo position. They're going to be able to find the frag, but not the final one. Never mind. They get the kill when the defuse is going to come out, and they're just doggy paddling right now.
Oh wow, what a comeback. Honestly, I thought that TMBro's positioning there and that trigger discipline may have actually cost them the round, purely because he doesn't take the shot onto the AWP, but rather takes a shot onto the player behind and then gets killed in return. Now, the rest of his team is there to follow up at the very least, but I think that if he takes the AWP shot, when the rest of his team arrive, you know, he's still alive, and they're able to get a little bit more cleanup. The fact that he dies there, but despite that, they're still able to put together a pretty decent retake.
Now it's going to be on the pistols, and the Tech-9s are going to do it. Rails coming in and just railing them. Yeah, with that, you're going to have to see a reload coming out from Lanx, so that's going to give away his position, but you know what? It's going to keep them a little bit humble in regards to their push. Not like this.
This is the round they win. If this is the round, Tom.
Not like this. The Tech-9 entrance. The whole thing. Double tapping them, just spraying and praying with it. That flash, actually, they chucked out. Flashed out Waro, and Molotov is going to be going out. Lang is going to be in a perfect position. Flicks down. He's going to be able to get a kill. It's going to be one person left over. SDY picks up one. Looking to be the answer for his team that he needs. But it's going to be in the Tech-9. Oh, God.